Friends, welcome back to a new session. So in this video we are discussing about Lagrange's mean value theorem, the first form. So let's begin the session. So before starting this session, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more information videos. So let's begin. So in the previous session we learned about Rolle's theorem and its applications also, and one question based on the Rolle's theorem and its solution also described in the previous video. So now we are talking about Lagrange's mean value theorem, the first form. It is also have some similarity to the Rolle's theorem. And there are three conditions are existing for Lagrange's mean value theorem first form. So let's check it out. So by the first condition we can say that when from a given question, given that the function f of x, we want to check it out that f of x is continuous in closed interval a comma b, and the second condition is f of x is differentiable or derivable in open interval a comma b, and the third condition is we want to assume that there exists a point c, a constant point c which belongs to the given interval a comma b. Then we can find that the point c from the expression, given expression f dash of c, that is the derivative of the function at the point c, which is equal to f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a. So we say that the Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem first form have some similarities. It means that from the first two conditions of Lagrange's mean value theorem and Rolle's theorem is also equal. And the third condition of mean value theorem first form is there exists a point which belongs to a comma b, that is we want to find a constant point c in the given interval by the expression using f dash of c, which is equal to these terms here. But in the case of Rolle's theorem, we assuming that there exists a point c which belongs to the given intervals, but the method to find the value for c is different. That is, so in the case of Rolle's theorem, we find the value for c by using the expression as f dash of c, which is equal to 0. So the Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem is different due to the third conditions and similar due to the first two conditions. So let's derive the proof for the Lagrange's mean value theorem first form and imply that f dash of c, which is equal to f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a. So let's derive. So before going to the proof, we want to have a function. So let's take a function as in the form of phi of x here. Then by the Lagrange's mean value theorem, by the first condition, we want to say that f of x is continuous in the given interval a comma b. So the given function phi of x is defined on the interval a comma b. So here we can define this function phi of x in the given interval a comma b as in the form of phi of x, which is equal to f of x, which minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a into x. So here by Lagrange's mean value theorem first form, we can note that f of x is continuous in given interval, that is given closed interval a comma b. So hence it is satisfied here, that is the given function when we taking the function in the polynomial or any another continuous case. So we can say that it is also a continuous function here. So the first condition is applied there, and f of x is differentiable by the second condition. It is differentiable or derivable in the given open interval a comma b. So in the second step we want to find the derivative of the given function, that is phi dash of x, first derivative of phi of x, which is equal to derivative of the f dash of x, which is also f dash of x, then minus in the second term contain some constant and another variable. It means that we can treat these terms, that is these terms, in the form of a constant. So we can put this constant here, that is f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a into derivative of x with respect to x. It means that dx divided by dx. So it give an outcome in the form of 1. So finally we can achieve a term in the form of f dash of x minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a here. So by the cross multiplication we get a solution as b minus a into f dash of x minus 1 into f of b minus f of a here. So in the denominator contain the term b minus a. So in the second step we get a solution for or the equation as phi dash of x which is equal to f dash of x minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a. So in the same second step we want to find the value for phi of a and phi of b. So it means that we know the value for phi of x which is defined as, that is, f of x minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a into x. So from here when substituting x by a and x by b, so we get a value for phi of a and phi of b there. It means that phi of a which is equal to f of a minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a into a, and the phi of b which is equal to phi of b which is equal to f of b minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a into b. So here we get phi of a and phi of b. So in the step of further simplification we get a solution that, note here that we can write f of a as f of a by 1 here. So the value for phi of a it become, by cross multiplication here, it become f of a into b minus a, b minus a into f of a, then minus 1 into the numerator term, that is 1 into f of b minus f of a into the a. Then in the denominator contain the term b minus a also. So in the next step, by opening the brackets in the numerator, so it will become phi of a which is equal to b into f of a minus a into f of a minus, so in the second term by opening this bracket and multiplied with the constant term a, which become a into f of b. The second term is a into f of a. And note here that by multiplication or opening this bracket there exists minus a into f of b as the first term, and the second term is minus and minus, it will become plus here, that is plus a into f of a. Then the denominator contain the term b minus a also. So in the numerator we can cancel the term minus a f of a plus a f of a. So it will become phi of a, the value for phi of a which is equal to b into f of a minus a into f of b whole divided by b minus a. Likewise we can find the solution for phi of b also, that is phi of b which become, by the cross multiplication here, it will become f of b into b minus a minus b into f of b then plus b into f of a whole divided by b minus a. So in the next step it will become f of b into b minus f of b into a minus b f of b plus b f of a whole divided by the term b minus a in the denominator also. So in the numerator we can cancel the constant term f of b into b minus b into f of b. So it will become phi of b which is equal to b into f of a which is minus a into f of b whole divided by b minus a. And note here that we get a solution, that is equation number 2 and equation number 3 here. So here note that the phi of a and phi of b are equal, due to the reason is b into f of a minus a into f of b divided by b minus a. So this same term is also existing in the case of phi of b, that is b into f of a minus a into f of b whole divided by b minus a. Hence f of a which is equal to f of b. So when we going to the next step, we want to know a few knowledge about Rolle's theorem. So here by the Rolle's theorem we can assume that a constant point which belongs to a comma b. So when phi dash of c which is equal to 0. So note here that here we get a solution as phi dash of c which is equal to 0 by using with the help of Rolle's theorem. So in the previous step we get a solution for phi dash of x which is equal to f dash of x minus f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. So by using the solution, that is phi dash of x which is equal to f dash of x minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a, we can conclude that when putting, that is x is replaced by c by finding the phi dash of c, then we get a solution as phi dash of c which is equal to f dash of c minus f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a. So note here that we know the value for phi dash of c which is equal to 0 by using the Rolle's theorem. So we can put phi dash of c which is equal to 0, that is 0 is equal to f dash of c which minus f of b which minus f of a whole divided by b minus a here. So now arranging these equation, so we get as phi dash of c which is equal to taking the second term, that is d's term, into the left hand side from the right hand side, then we get a solution as f of b minus f of a whole divided by b minus a. So here we get a solution as in these forms. So finally by the proof we get a same solution as in these form, that is f dash of c which is equal to f of b minus f of a which is divided by b minus a. So from this expression we can find the value for the constant term c. So hence the Lagrange's mean value theorem first form, which is proved here by using the Rolle's theorem. So we will describe more question and solution based on mean value theorem in the upcoming videos. So let's wind up this session and see you soon with a new video. So don't forget to subscribe our channel for more informational videos. Stay tuned with us.